Member for Fowler, Dai Le. Dai Le, we are there. The early voting starts tomorrow. How are you feeling in the seat of Fowler in the southwest of Sydney?
Oh, look, it's been good, and just continue on to the work, engaging with the community, and speaking to constituents. I was in the shop this morning doing my shopping, and people coming up to me, Labor voters, telling me that they supported me last time, they will continue to support me. And it's interesting. I just watched your program there about leads and polling, but the mood and the feeling in the ground level is that people just think that the Albanese Labor government hasn't done enough for Western Sydney and for our community here in Fowler. So it's going to be interesting to see the results on election day.
It will be, Dai Le. It's interesting, though, the trend away from the coalition. It's still 2 weeks to go, so who knows? Maybe Peter Dutton pulls this election off in a late surge to the coalition. At the moment, the trend is not great for them. Is there any reason as to why you think that might be the case, given your view that the Albanese government hasn't set the world alight, really, in terms of its own performance?
Look, I think the major parties are really, people are just disappointed and disenchanted with the two major parties. So I don't know, you heard the Prime Minister said polling sort of they come and they go. But I think if you talk to local people, local communities, like in Western Sydney, the mood and the response is quite different. And I suppose the best polling that we had was in September 2024 in terms of people's feeling and attachment to the Labor Party out here, and they were at around 18 to 20% here in the Fairfield, Liverpool region. So will that translate to the federal sphere? We'll have to wait and see. But that's the local polling. That is the people speaking out what they feel and who represents them. You
read the mood pretty early in terms of cost of living and raised questions on it in Parliament, campaigned on it really before anyone on the national stage. It was something that you were pushing very early on in terms of the sensitivities in southwest Sydney to rising costs. Do you think the uncertainty around Donald Trump and the presidency has created a level of chaos and uncertainty for people where it's almost overshadowed those other issues, where people are worried just about a bit of stability?
Look, people have been, and they still talk to me, like this morning, talking about the fact that the cost of food has gone up for them, talking about the fact that the cost of petrol has gone up, and the cost of the interest rates. Again, people have forgotten, or media, not the people feel the pain. The people said that they're still living with the pain of the 13 interest rate rises, even though there's been a cut. And I know that the government has been very, boasting that there's been a cut. But you must remember 12 interest rate rises have been, people are still feeling the pain of that in the hip pocket. And the cost of the whole supply chain of everything for small business out here has gone up. So the day-to-day living of working Australians, of families, obviously mainstream media, politicians, ministers, prime ministers do not get the feel of that. And as somebody who actually lives in the community, work in the community and part of the community, you feel that very much. And I tell you, petrol, food, rent, interest rates, it's causing a lot of mental health issues in people, and they're going to find somebody to blame.
The opposition focusing on law and order today, is that something raised with you, this idea of a national perpetrators register that parents could have an easier access to?
Oh, look, that's important. Obviously, crime is, we need to address. Crime is a state issue. And I'm glad that, of course, at the federal level, we need to do something and contribute towards fighting crime. But I think at the root cause of the increase in crime that we're seeing, I have no doubt, is linked to the cost of living. When people are, as I mentioned before, are anxious and don't know where to find the money to pay their rent, don't know where to find the money to pay, buy their food, pay for their bills. All of that will cause a lot of dysfunction within families, households, especially those that are on low to middle income. So I have no doubt we need to address the root causes of crime. And for me, cost of living is critical and is part of that. And how will the government, whoever forms government, find the solutions to address the cost of living is a priority.
Member for Fowler, Dai Le, we'll talk to you next week, the final week of campaigning ahead of...
We'll be handing out, so I don't know. I'll be sitting in...
No, we'll cross to you at the pre-poll booth. No problem. We'll sort that out.
Okay.
Dai Le, thanks.